Today I'm going to teach you how to close your in-ground pool for the winter. Some easy tips and tricks so when you open it in the spring, it'll look fabulous. I've been closing my pool for about 20 years and it always looks great in the springtime. I'm going to show you what type of shock I use, algicide, and how to shut down the filter, drain the water out of it so it is ready for a New England winter. So this is the shock I use. It's the big blue bucket. They're about 20 bucks. You get it at any pool store. And I just walk around the edges of the pool and I slowly pour it out. I probably do 2 laps around the pool so it's not all dumped in one area of the pool. Algicide is very important. If you don't put algicide in your pool before you close it, when you open it next spring, your water will be green and it'll take a lot of chemicals to get all that algae out of there. And of course, we're gonna vacuum it right now. A lot of people have robots, but I like doing it by hand. There's just something about it. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm done vacuuming. Now I'm gonna put the shock in the pool. So what you wanna do is you wanna walk around the pool a couple times and distribute it evenly. You just don't wanna dump it in. It's just gonna all collect right there. In these sunglasses, Randolph sunglasses, they're unbelievable. Best glasses I ever had in my life. Randolph, your eyes are worth it. Okay, so here we are, 24 hours later. So yesterday I shocked the pool and then today I put the algicide in. You don't want to put the shock and the algicide in at the same time. I'm thinking that the chlorine in the shock is going to eat up the algicide. So I let the shock kind of run for 24 hours, then I dump the algicide in. And the pool's in great shape. It's clear. I tested it, the pH, alkalinity, everything's perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the plugs out of the pool, the jets that shoot the water in and suck the water back into the filter. And this is pretty simple. So this is what we just took out. This is kind of what blows water into the pool from the filter. There's 2 of these, and then there's one inlet that goes back into the filter. And this is the plug. Kind of just plug it up. So I use a loop lock cover to cover my pool, and they recommend the water level to be 13 to 18 inches below the cover. So that's when the snow sits on it, it gets really heavy. If the water wasn't there, it would stretch the cover all the way to the bottom, like 6, 7, 8 feet down. Could wreck your loop lock cover. So if the water's there, that kind of gives it a little cushion, a little bit of support. But you don't want the cover sitting in the water all winter, which will rot the cover. So I take a measurement. It's that simple. Can you guess what this is? This is called a gizmo. It's just an empty plastic tube and you screw it into your skimmer. So in the winter when the water freezes, it doesn't crack your skimmer in the concrete. It'll put the pressure on this gizmo. And when it freezes, water expands, of course, and it just squishes this. That's all it is. I had a little crack in it. That's why I put some duct tape on it, but it still works really well because it cracks at the bottom. And if water gets in it, it's only gonna be right here. It won't go all the way up. So these threads, you just kind of screw it in and you're set to go. Super important, do not cross thread it. It should go in nice and smooth. If it's not, back it out. It's just plastic. And that's it. Okay, you gotta take your diving board off every year. I've had this a long time, it's still in pretty good condition. I think if I left it out every winter, even with the cover on it, I think it would be in rough shape. So there's just 3 bolts underneath and you just kinda undo them, and the diving board comes right off. The diving board is heavy, so I recommend 2 people take the diving board off together. Okay, those are on there really good. Get the washers. Oh. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, it's my video. Come here. Come on. Okay. Get the ladder off. Get the diving board off. We plugged all the holes. We put the gizmo in. So the pool's all set. Now we gotta go work on the filter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain the water out of the filter, and I'm gonna kind of show you all the little nooks and crannies of the filter. So first thing I do is I open up the sight glass, the pump. Okay, pull the basket out. There's a lot of stuff in there that kind of got through. I think that actually just got through when I pulled the basket out when I was cleaning and I let the pump run. So you can see all the water in there. You don't want water in your filter, especially in New England. It's gonna freeze, expand, and it's gonna break your filter. So we're gonna drain it. So there's a couple screws on here that you just undo and the water leaks right out. So I got my handy little, tiny little baby screwdriver. Lefty loosey. Then I have another one in the front. And you can see that water is just draining away. So this valve on top of your filter, you want to put it in winter mode. And that is at 3 o'clock. So if you're looking at it, 12 o'clock straight ahead, 3 o'clock would be to your right. This one is the big one. This is where all the water is sitting in the filter. Okay, so these are all the little pieces I had to take off to drain the filter, the pressure gauge, the sight glass. This is for the backwash hose, and this is for the big filter that's still draining right now. And you lose any of these, and it's going to delay your opening next year. So the best thing to do, and this I've been doing this since I've had the pool guy told me to do this. This basket that goes right in here, I just put everything right in there, and it's all ready to go for you. Drop it in. I seal it up. There's no water in there. You hear that? Everybody's going south right now. So, time to put the loop lock cover on my pool. I have my pole for leverage, my Allen wrench, and this is what raises the screws out of the deck so the loop lock can click onto them. Pretty simple process, and here we go. All right, so these are the screws that sit in the concrete for the summer. And then when you close your pool, you raise them up, and that's what the loop locks click on right there. Okay, most of these you can put on by hand, but when you get to the other side, there's a lot of tension. So you take this pry bar. This opening right here is facing the pool, so it can do that. If it was all the way down, you wouldn't have to go forward. So anyway, just put it in the loop, and you connect it, and you just pull it back, and it snaps right on. It's like magic. All right, and that's it. The loop lock cover is on. I absolutely love this cover. It's safe. I feel like anybody could walk across it and they're not gonna fall in, so I have nothing to worry about. I do have some pets that could fall in, but the loop lock cover will keep them safe too. So please subscribe to me. I got a lot of cool videos coming up, and the more you know.